Oh,
song,
I didn't hear it.
the song didn't play. Yeah, the song didn't play because all my shit's. What's up? Sorry,
What
guys.
is
I ruined the whole stream.
How long were you finger gunning for?
Not very. No. I can't. You guys noticed right away.
Okay.
Right away.
It also coincided with my screen coming back to life.
Yes.
So I think that's why I looked.
Absolutely.
I look a bit like a chewed boot today, I think, because it's a very busy day. So if you were just tuning in for the first time, I'm sorry.
I am also sorry. I streamed this afternoon. I don't normally do daytime video game streams, but I got a sponsorship opportunity. Ooh. And I had to take it. So it was.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I played Fortnite on stream.
You said you would never ever do that.
I played Fortnite.
Remember when I said that?
I played Fortnite with my son on stream.
I recall when you were talking about your dream job, and I said, "What if it meant you had to play Fortnite?" And you said, "No, I would never do that." You're like the live golfers, man.
Yeah,
it's not blood money. It's
Isn't
not
it?
Blood money. I don't think
who
so.
Who makes Fortnite?
Epic Games.
Epic. Aren't they owned by a Chinese company?
No, to the internets.
Yeah, I mean, Epic Games.
I don't think they are. I think they're owned by
They're American.
Yeah, they're owned by some dude in California, and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, are you racist? Oh no, 40% ownership.
Uh-oh.
Chinese.
See? Blood
China.
money.
So some dude in California owns around 50%. Tencent.
Oh,
Games.
Tencent. They're the worst too.
Tencent Holdings Limited owns 40%. Sony owns 4.9%, and Kirkby owns 3%.
That's surprising that Sony's in on that. Interesting.
Oh.
So listen, they added a new mode. So they have a no build mode, which means you don't have to build the stupid.
So it's just a shooter like any other else.
It's just a battle royale like anything else. They're doing a crossover with Dragon Ball Z.
I saw that on the social media.
So part of the sponsorship was, hey, here's a code to get some stuff. I got all the Dragon Ball Z skins.
So are you playing as Goku and he's Gohan?
No, because Gohan's not one of the skins.
Oh.
Tencent is one of the big censorship conglomerates.
Yes, they are.
In China, if you don't know, they own WeChat, which is their big social media platform.
It's like the Twitter, right? The Twitter of China.
They've been accused of blocking TikTok videos and the censorship of politically sensitive comments. They announced it would stop broadcasting Houston Rockets games in China due to a tweet made by Daryl Morey, the general manager of the Houston Rockets, that supported the Hong Kong protesters.
They also don't like gay people, right?
I don't have anything on that in their controversies section, but I just can't imagine that they do.
Yes.
So you are taking you're taking 40% of blood money, I would say.
40% of the money I'm getting is blood money. Okay, well, I mean,
well,
listen.
Is Fortnite sponsoring you?
Yeah, Epic Games is sponsoring. Yeah, it's a sponsored stream, so I get paid some money I got to do 4 hours, and I get paid $50.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and usually like sponsored streams have like you got like some sort of conversion metric. Like, oh, you got to get so many people to sign up. This one's nothing. Just stream for 4 hours and you get paid. And I'm like, how can I not do it?
Like, I assume you've never played before, or haven't been in years.
I've never played more than 2 games of Fortnite before today. I finished in the top 10 in every game.
Oh yeah, because there's no building involved. That's right. So it's just shooting.
Yeah, so I finished in the top 10 in every game. I won one. And I had at least 10 kills in every game.
Ooh. So, Darren,
one of them I only had 8. Sorry.
Please, this is not a commentary on your gamer skills. But why you?
Well,
you Eve nerd?
No, because I'm on. So there's a program that I use for some of my stuff. It's called Stream Elements, and they have sponsorships, and they just like throw out, "Hey, there's sponsorships available for you if you want them." So I've never really done one before because of the conversion stuff, because I don't want to feel like that much. Like I don't want to be shilling that hard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, it's a little bit pyramid schemey,
right? Exactly. And some of these are like, oh, earn up to $5,000 if you. And it's like, bro, I'm not converting that many people. I don't know what you think you're doing here, and that's why.
And
oh, go ahead.
What is the goal of the conversion? If you're trying to convert me, is it to just watch the feed so I see more ads? Is it so I play that game?
It's usually so you play the game. So if whatever game I'm playing, I'll have like a referral code, and then you would click that referral code and sign up, and that would count as a conversion for me.
And it's usually for the game. Like, hey, if you you download Fortnite.
Yeah. Well, they've done HelloFresh sponsorships as well. So
yeah, I feel HelloFresh really just sponsors everyone.
They just want everyone to know the name HelloFresh.
They're not sponsoring us.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Hey,
not.
HelloFresh. What I was about to say about you, I am not going to say anymore.
That's right.
Because I would like you to sponsor this podcast.
We would like some money.
We will very happily do. Hey, sign up to HelloFresh. Use the code idiots. Because that's what we are, for 15% off your first box. I'm not asking for money. I just want food.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe like if you could pay me in chef's plate rather than HelloFresh.
Or how about that box of Wagyu?
Now that.
So obviously the inside information, Mark texted a picture of 40 pounds of Wagyu steak.
41. Yes. 41 pounds.
Yeah, that specific box is 41.
$2,500?
Yes.
Where is that going?
I don't know because we just received it, so it's going out to be picked later. So the order selector who picks it would know what restaurant that's going to.
Got you. So that was not up for grabs. You made it seem like that might have been up for grabs.
It could be up for grabs. That's the cost that came on the invoice. So anything that we sell or we ship in the warehouse, we can potentially buy unless it's like corporate Mark, like Burger King.
Right. You can't buy Whoppers.
Yeah.
Right.
But we can buy the Cavendish fries that we sell to restaurants that.
Sorry, 40 pounds?
Yes.
Okay, so
and that Wagyu steak wasn't like corporate labeled, so
right. So that's
if I wanted to, I could order that in.
So 40 pounds works out to 640 ounces. And the internet tells me a typical Wagyu steak is 3 to 4 ounces.
Ooh, it's a lot of Wagyu steaks.
So, and then if we do that math, hold on. Let's do the high end, 640 divided by 4. 160 steaks.
Mm-hmm.
For now $2,500?
160. So it's $15 a steak.
Wow, that's so reasonable.
Yeah. So now are you going to pitch in?
I mean, maybe.
And I know I messaged you guys, but again, looking for corporate sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
Or day for Christmas, I bought Costco Wagyu. It was $100 for a big, I don't know exactly how much weight I got, but I cut it into about 8 steaks. Might have been more like 10, and we packaged them and froze them. Someone's screaming that I froze Wagyu, but whatever. I'm not eating that much.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And I thought it's pretty good quality. So if you want to try it out cooking for yourself. So a friend of ours, the lovely Adam Rothman, sent me a couple of options to buy steaks from, and they were going to be like $100 for 4 steaks.
Right.
And I was like, I will screw this up, and I'm going to be really upset if I screw this up.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid, $25 a steak for this, or $50 a steak.
I'd rather buy the steak and have someone else do it for me. That way I don't.
Yeah.
That way you can be mad at somebody when it's wrong.
The Costco steak.
Because I would find someone who wouldn't do it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the trick.
Yeah.
The Costco steaks, you have to cook, I think, a little bit more than you would normally at a restaurant, just because it's not like top quality,
Right.
but just crazy high sear on both sides, and it was delicious. Worked very well. Gentlemen, I saw you.
No, was the difference of quality was because the cow wasn't sung to in Japanese?
Yeah. I don't know. There was a bit of a gaminess to it that I haven't had in other Wagyus. Like there was just something. There was a little bit like irony. Like it was a little bit rich.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
I would still try it. Like it's worth trying, especially like if you want to split it with someone and then cut it into the fillets yourself. It's worth trying, I would say. I saw you guys this weekend.
You did.
And we went. I'm 2 for 2.
You are. So now you have to come to every game.
That's what I said to her.
You are now a season ticket holder.
I am the new Pigskin Pete.
That's right. Just don't do the Oski Wee Wee when we have the ball.
Yeah. As he sometimes does.
Does he do that sometimes?
Yes. We have the ball. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, he just struts around.
Yeah.
That stadium like he fucking owns the place.
He's not as good as the last one.
Was there only one before him?
There's been tons, yeah.
The guy before him was Dan Black?
Yeah, Dan was good.
Did he? I thought the guy died.
Yeah, but he didn't die. Yeah, he died after retiring. Like he retired and then
the old one or Dan Black?
Paul Wheeler.
Something. Yeah.
So so I watched them do. Is it called the Oski Wee Wee?
Yep.
And it goes Oski Wee Wee, Oski Wawa.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Mackinac. And then
Tigers.
Tigers. Eat 'em raw.
It's just tigers?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the syntax of it just bothers me rhythmically.
Should it say Thai cats eat 'em raw, or it should be Thai cats,
Because
right?
it's Oski Wee Wee, Oski Wawa. I'm with you now.
Right.
Holy Mackinac. I'm already like off the pace a bit. Tigers, eat 'em raw.
Right. It's
I get the rhythm. It should be Oski Wee Wee, Oski Wawa. Let's go Tigers, eat it. Like it's.
I see what you're saying, but we can't change it now.
Sure, I'm just saying I can't.
It's like almost pausing for dramatic effect when you do the Tigers.
Yeah, and you gotta do the hat thing.
Yeah.
So
He's bald under that, right? He has to be.
He is. Yes, he is.
So do you guys know the history before I look this up? It's just tigers? I thought that couldn't be the case. I thought he had to say, let's go Ticats.
No, it's Tigers.
Although it should say Thai cats. I'm not against
it's because
rhythmically, Oski Wee Wee, Oski Wawa, Holy Mackinac, let's go Tigers, eat 'em raw.
It's a better
or Tiger cats.
Or let's go Ticats, eat 'em raw.
Yeah.
Tiger cats, eat 'em raw.
But the chant goes back to the Tigers days.
Yeah, I'm fine with Tigers. I just want to add let's go.
Right.
Just a very simple.
Yeah, I don't. You can't change it now.
So there's no actual history of this?
Really?
No one really knows.
Interesting.
Enter Wikipedia entry. Just make one up.
There you go.
And then 20 years from now, be like, oh, that's how it started.
The greatest weird chant in the CFL history. What does it mean and where does it come from? I don't know, said Ted Laura, the defensive lineman who played 6 years with the Tiger Cats. For some reason, I never asked what it meant. I just went along with the flow. I don't have a clue what it means, but I really love it. Another story goes back. Oh, there's no one story about where Oski Wee Wee comes from, but there are vivid interpretations. One story traces the origins back to a rugby chant in New Zealand. One has it as a drinking chant of some kind, originally Oski Wee Wee Whiskey Wawa. Another story goes back to something called Oski Yell at the University of California. They had a chant that went Oski Wawa Whiskey Wee Wee. And that was in the early 1900s, and then the chants were altered accordingly. The final one of the chants, Tigers Eat 'em Raw, dates back to the 1920s when the original purveyor of the cheer, Pigskin Pete, a man named Vince Wirtz, that's a terrible name, brought it to Hamilton football. There were two football teams in Hamilton in those days, the Tigers and the Wildcats, hence the Tigers part of the cheer.
Yep. I knew that much.
I'm almost more angry there isn't an actual origin story.
Oh, I mean, if it goes back to the 1920s,
yeah,
anything before that gets a little foggy.
I thought it was a bit silly when the cheerleaders did it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're really like, ugh.
I like that you pointed out the diversity in our cheerleading squad.
Well, I watched your cheerleading squad trot onto the field, and I went, that is an extremely white team.
Yeah.
Is there anyone of any type of visible minority? There is one Asian cheerleader.
Right.
Asian descent.
You said that with a question mark. Were you able to confirm that later?
Yeah, she got closer. She definitely looked Filipino.
Okay.
So you definitely have an cheerleader.
That is...
The children's dance team was a little weird.
Yeah, it's always been.
But they didn't come out. I thought they were going to come out at a court. They just came out in the field like during a TV timeout.
Yep, that's how it goes.
And then the junior team.
Yep.
That was
new.
That was cute. But like my brother did that. My brother played at the Dome, and with his stupid little were we the Argos? We were the Marauders. My high school.
Oh.
He played at an Argos game in one of those stupid little run out and play at the Dome when the Argos played at the Dome. Do we have a visitor?
We do.
Nah.
They can't see you. There you go. There you go.
Your hand. And you biting your dad's chair.
Are you biting my chair? Yep.
Now I am. Rowan's just learned how to climb on the couch, so that's terrible.
It's awful when once they start moving independently. Life's over.
I didn't even really think about it. I was sitting on the couch, and he came over to me, he toddled over, he stood up and put his hands on the couch, and then all of a sudden he was on the couch, and I was like, I had to pause, and I was like, did I pick you up? Did I scoop you up and put you there? No, you did this yourself. Pardon me. It was very strange. It was a fun. I still really like the Tim Hortons Field. I think it's a really good fan experience. Like it's a really good mix of kind of modern amenities that you want, but it still has a very old football feel. Like it feels like an old stadium.
It does, yeah. And
like
I think a lot of that has to do with the neighborhood, right? Because it's in the same neighborhood as Iverwin was, so it has that same feel, walking up and.
But I think aesthetically they did it. Like inside, they did a really good job.
Yeah,
I mean, it feels.
It feels new, but it definitely like feels budget. Mm-hmm. That's always been my thing. Is like it's really? Fine. Yeah, it's fine, but it's not like high end. Like there's no, like if you go to
look at the Winnipeg or
Saskatchewan, yeah,
but there's I don't know. Like I've had the luxury of being to numerous stadiums, and I like the most like crazy high end ultra modern was the US Bank, where the Vikings play. Mm-hmm. And it's like, holy shit. It was like out of the scene in WALL-E when the people are like being carted. Or like it just felt like this modern, weird interior people mover. And then we went to Lambeau.
Right.
Which is like you're sitting on benches. The food, you have to go under the bleachers. You have to bring your own cushion.
Right.
If you want anything under your butt. And there's like
old Iverwin.
Yeah. There's a good and bad to both, but I always kind of prefer the old timey feel, and not to be confused with shitty,
right,
which is the Dome.
Right.
Like there's old and crappy.
Right.
Like the Sky Dome.
I've never been and I really want to go, but like Fenway.
Yeah,
Fenway's
Fenway's beautiful.
Like I need to go to Fenway.
Fenway is baseball.
Right.
Same with Wrigley.
And I want to go there. I want to do both of those for sure.
Even outside of Wrigley. That was my dad's when I took him to a football game. I think when they first moved to BMO. And my dad, he was like, see, this is how football, like, that's the reason the Argos were terrible, because no one wants to watch football inside. Like, football is meant to be played outside.
Football is an outdoor sport, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just feel...
the weather for that game on Friday that we were at, that was the perfect football evening. It was beautiful.
I don't know if your seats are, you guys might be over a little bit, but Gabe and Katie's seats are, you get direct sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first 20 minutes were unpleasant, and then
Yes.
as soon as the sun went behind, the other
It's even worse when you go to an afternoon game at 1 o'clock.
Afternoon games are...
Katie said sometimes she just doesn't go.
Yeah.
Well, because Gabe also has Forge season tickets, and she was like, I don't go with him because it's too fucking fun.
He goes to the Forge games, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Big
For a guy
soccer
who wasn't born and raised in Hamilton, man, he's like all in on the teams.
Well,
Is he Honey Badgers?
Who are the Honey Badgers?
It's the basketball team that won the championship.
They won the championship.
Yeah.
Okay. No, he had TFC season tickets, and I think just was like, these are cheaper.
Yeah.
We'll do these instead. Well, gents, though we did talk about sports, we have not gotten to our topics for the day. Okay.
I have a surprise,
Chris?
though. I have a surprise for one. But no,
Yes.
we'll get to it.
Okay, so customer feedback on Deshaun Watson. Chris, I don't know if you would mind reading the comments.
Consent for compromise?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh, wait. Which comments?
You sent us, someone commented on our
video.
On our video.
Right. Sorry, I totally. Yeah.
So I will, just because everyone loves us talking about it, we're going to talk about it again.
Right. Because if we should know about what we're talking about,
which we don't.
Yeah.
I just need this clear, but
if you're going to talk about Deshaun Watson, please do your homework and get all the facts. If you're going to discuss or invite me on your panel for in-depth, full-length conversation. I believe he will be suspended for 1 year, is what this person said. I just said, which facts are we missing? And the facts that were listed, we either didn't mention them because they're already well known, or we definitely didn't contradict them.
No, yeah.
So
we would be delighted to have a best panelists.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't do our homework, so
I mean, I read the document.
That's great.
I have to, because I gotta put all these things in for consent to compromise.
Up with these clever little titles as well.
I watch Sportsnet every morning. You know, I read the news every day, and I like opinions on
Does
things.
Does anybody watch TSN anymore? I know I think I've discussed this in the past, but everyone's switched to Sportsnet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But I was firm on TSN for a very long time. TSN, and then because Sportsnet was like the stuffy, boring one.
Yeah.
And then they really flipped. They have a very good batch of morning commentators.
Mm-hmm.
They still stuff everyone in suits and dresses, and I'm like, just who cares?
Yeah,
just
put them in jerseys.
It's sports. Just let them wear what they want. Okay, so Deshaun Watson, possible settlement in the works. Apparently, he came to the NFL and said, "I will accept 8 games and a fine if you guys just fucking drop this." What do you guys think is going to happen now that he is pursuing a settlement?
I think Bowling's NFL to go more for their year-long suspension.
Yeah, I mean, if I would think that this is this should up their resolve. He knows he's in the wrong.
Yeah.
If he's already, but I mean, the biggest problem is that if they get the year that they want, he's gonna appeal it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's gonna play this year. So that's the thing. Maybe the NFL is better off taking some form of compromise.
Yeah.
Just so that way he doesn't end up still playing. I don't know.
It's setting such a weird precedent, but I know it's a weird situation of no criminal charges, but we've talked about this. How the hell do you prove that kind of thing?
Well,
You know,
I think
27 women can't probably make it all up.
I think the biggest question is if he didn't do it, why did he apologize? Why did he go on that interview and say, "Oh, I'm sorry for what I've done to all the not what I've done, but the effect that it's had on these women."
See, settling, Mark, I'm always fine with, because I think innocent people also settle if you have enough money. It's
They
like,
just
please
want
stop.
it to go away.
Just go away.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought this was fun. We'll see if we have a minute to talk about it. Oh, that's
is that the surprise?
Yep.
Please watch our YouTube at Scotch Sporting. So just popped up when I was kind of searching for what to talk about today. Breaking news: Eugenie Bouchard is still terrible. She played in her first singles match in 17 months and lost in the first round.
Womp womp.
But she had a commercial on the other day. I saw on, I think it was Sportsnet. Must have been Sportsnet.
Yeah, she's a cute white girl, so she'll be fine. My question for you guys is, when do you give it up?
When you give it up when the money stops rolling in,
Or when she doesn't enjoy playing tennis. She must still enjoy it.
And does she make enough spot? Like, is she doing it just to get? Is it like Chris playing Fortnite? She's doing it just to keep the sponsorship dollars coming.
Absolutely. You gotta
Like,
keep the appearance fees.
No, fine. I'll play. Sorry, my throat's dry, and I was coughing, and I decided instead of coughing, I will have
Just
water
chug.
in my mouth while I'm trying to talk. So like just play one match every 17 months, and that's enough to keep up your sponsorships. You're like, yeah, okay.
as long as it works, why not?
Yeah.
Are you not embarrassed then? Like, is there any part of you, like, you're selling out a little bit of like, I know I'm bad.
Sure,
But,
who
like,
cares?
Well,
Thanks.
how else is she gonna make money? That's her only.
Thanks, Tide commercial. Go back to she can just be a straight up influencer.
I don't think it pays as much as tennis, though.
Influencers do okay if you're good enough. Influencers do all right.
I don't think she's good enough on that level.
I think she could be.
It's probably easier for her to do the tennis thing, short term wise. If she wants to like invest in the whole influencers thing, then yeah, but that takes a full commitment. If she wants to play tennis, then it's gonna be hard to do both.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is our quote-unquote apologetic Garrett Marino. Chris is already shaking his head. I think I'm just going to read the highlights of this article, and then I think the minute will be just Chris. Saskatchewan Red Predator defensive lineman Garrett Marino says he regrets the incident that led to the longest suspension in CFL history. Wasn't it 3 games?
It was 4.
4? Come on. So he got like 2 games for the hit and then 2 games for saying something racist, although it never came out what it is. He's back at practice after his suspension, met with the media, and he took down Jeremiah Mazzoli and Isles of the Ottawa Redblacks. It was a pretty dirty hit and knocked him out for the season. If you missed it, and then apparently in some kind of scrum, he said something fairly racist.
It wasn't even a scrum. He hit him. And as he's on the ground and he's getting up from hitting him, he said something racist.
We don't know what he said.
But it was corroborated by both, obviously Mazzoli and one of the players on Saskatchewan. So like they're like, yeah, he said it. So again, we don't know
now,
what it is.
I know a couple when we talked about this a couple podcasts ago. We were a bit okay with his apology. Like, it wasn't the worst apology in the history of professional sports apologies. But I feel like this undoes it. You've learned nothing.
Right.
So he returned to practice Tuesday after serving 3 separate suspensions: 2 games for the hit on Mazzoli, 1 game for a suspension for a verbal comment about Mazzoli's heritage, and an illegal tackle on a previous play in a game last month. I do regret it, Marino says. I wish it could have went differently. I feel horrible. Well, it could have gone differently.
Yeah, you could have not done it.
Didn't need to wish it. You could have just not fucking said it. I wish it could have went differently. I feel horrible Jeremiah got hurt, and I just want to move on. That's very triggering as a woman, of like, you know, like rape and sexual assault and all that stuff, of like, come on, get over it. I just want to move on as the man. And it's like, well, we can't. Like, Mazzoli's out for the year.
Yep.
Maybe more. He can't move on right now. Marino was ejected from the game following the hits on Mazzoli. Mazzoli later said he felt the punishment wasn't stiff enough. Marino's eligible to return on Friday, and he continued, I feel bad. I let Riders Nation down, my teammates down, and not being there with the team, it was kind of depressing. Oh, okay. 1 minute on the clock. Chris, off you go.
Every Riders fan who is defending this piece of shit on Twitter, you can go fuck yourselves. Okay? Mm-hmm. Every single one of you. Because the first thing you're going to say is, Simone Lawrence has nothing to do with any of this fucking situation. The fact of the matter is, he said something racist on the field of play at his job. If I said something racist at my job, I would not have a job. And I assume it's the same with you guys. Mm-hmm. These fucking idiots. Like, it's been nonstop on Twitter. Like, I have to actually like stay off Twitter. So again,
in defense, so two things. It's indefensible.
Correct.
And B, what's the big deal of just saying, yeah, he said something shitty?
Why you gotta defend him? Like, listen, Simone had a pretty fucking questionable hit. I wasn't on Twitter defending him because it was a questionable hit.
I also don't care about whataboutism.
And that's like, the other thing. That's
drives me fucking insane.
It's like the Republican playbook.
I spent 4 years firing back and forth of all these articles.
But Hillary's email.
What about her emails? What about like, Hunter's laptop?
Well, just because, you know, it's like I stab someone and you arrest me and I say, well, Chris killed someone a month ago and you didn't arrest him.
Right.
Oh, shit. Well, we didn't know. But
so now we got to let you go.
Well, okay. Well, I guess if we didn't catch Chris, okay. Okay, so the Kevin Durant situation. Mark, I really would love your take on this. So he is now 6 weeks after demanding a trade, which is not happening.
No.
He's gone to the ownership and said, okay, I'll stay, but you have to fire the GM and the head coach. And the president didn't say how that went, but he came out and said, I stand behind my entire staff. So that's basically like, no.
Yeah, you don't get to tell me how to run my fucking team.
Which is weird because that's exactly how Steve Nash got the fucking job to begin with. And now only after a year he wants him gone? Like, what the fuck?
So dumb.
Mark, has he overplayed his hand?
Absolutely.
That's my question. Let's start the timer. He's overplayed his hand?
Yeah, absolutely. He figured because he's one of the best players in the game, he can have his way because he saw players like James Harden get their way out of Houston. He saw Westbrook get his way out of Oklahoma. So he figured, why not me?
Is he still one of the best players in the game?
He is. He is.
Are we talking top 20?
Oh, he's top 5 in the league still.
Okay.
But he's 32, so he's like just over the hill.
Just about to start declining.
So with this new ultimatum, how do you see this playing out now? And then what's his next move?
I see it playing out the way the Sixers handled the Simmons situation. It's like, you play for us. We're not trading you anywhere until we get a fair deal.
And do you think he's going to play?
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to play, or do you think he's going to Simmons it and be like,
He's going to play. Because that team is still good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm very excited about this, and I had this as our next topic, but it's going to be like we're going to mush this into a bit of a deep dive.
Okay.
because it's so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And if we run out of time, we will talk about Blue Jays next week.
There you go.
Because this is the fucking best. So Patrick Reed,
Boo.
a former PGA piece of shit, currently Live Golf piece of shit.
He belongs on the Live Tour. They can have him.
And not to humble brag, so our old friend of the podcast, still my current friend, the Weekend Golfer, is producing content. What he got a contract with Live Golf. I made fun of him for taking blood money.
Yep.
And then he sent me the first video, and he was like, my first fucking video was Patrick Reed interview and montage. I was like, that's what you get for accepting blood money. You have to interview. There's your karma is interviewing Patrick Reed. So Patrick Reed is now suing the Golf Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically their commentator, Chambly. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. So it is he is suing them for $750 million in defamation. And let me read, hold on, I need to have everything queued so I can read, and I should have done this before, but a little bit of a fun weekend. Or a fun night. It's only Wednesday. Okay, so Patrick Reed is suing the Golf Channel and commentator Brandel Chambly on Tuesday, claiming the two conspired with the PGA Tour to defame him. Reed, who filed his suit with the U.S. District Court on Tuesday, is seeking more than $750 million in damages. He is being represented by Larry Klayman, who I will get to, because, man, you can fall down a real rabbit hole with this guy. The Deshaun Watson lawyer, I know we talked about him a couple months ago, and his clients. This guy's even better.
Is he also from Texas?
He might be.
Okay.
He might be. Hold on, I have it open. He's from Philly. Okay, so Reed is claiming in his lawsuit that Chambly and the Golf Channel have been conspiring with the tour and Commissioner Jay Monahan to engage in a pattern and practice of defaming him with malice since he was 23 years old. The goal, he said, was to destroy Patrick Reed's reputation, create hate and a hostile work environment for him, and with the intention to discredit his name and accomplishments. Chambly has criticized Reed's move to Live Golf, however, he's far from alone in doing so. Chambly has been critical of Reed's rule violation or near rule violations, something he's been accused of doing since his college days in Georgia. So the Georgia college day story, which apparently is still talked about on the tour, and he's still apparently this guy, it was some major tournament, he hit it into the rough, he went to go to his ball, spotted one on the green, and was about to hit it when his teammates caught him. And he was basically like, oh, shoot, I thought this was my ball. And they're like, no, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. So he's apparently been that guy this whole time.
Right.
Need I remind you, this is the same Patrick Reed who is estranged from his entire family for reasons. He married his girlfriend at 22. I think she's a little bit older, but not like, ooh, heavens older. And since they got married, he has cut his parents out completely. They're estranged. They have gone so far as to go to where he's playing in tournaments, and he has called the police on them.
Wow.
And had them escorted off the property.
So the one article I read about that was they clarified and said that he didn't actually call the police. But it was like, yeah. So I think they're just covering their ass, but yeah.
So there's no like real reason behind the rift, but they think the wife's family really got their claws in, not her necessarily. I don't like blaming the woman in these instances. I think it was her family got their claws in him and really like isolated him from everyone else.
Right.
Like his brother-in-law was his caddy.
Yeah.
It was all in the family. So let me tell you a little bit about Larry Klayman.
Let's hear it.
Larry Klayman is a right-wing activist and former U.S. Justice Department prosecutor. He founded both Judicial Watch and Freedom Watch. In addition to his numerous lawsuits against the Clinton administration, Clayman has filed numerous lawsuits against multiple political figures and government agencies. Clayman's goal in initiating these lawsuits is often to obtain information. He has been described as a gadfly, a racist, and a frivolous litigator and conspiracy theorist.
Ooh.
He describes himself as a modern-day John Adams. I'm just going to read to you guys about some of these lawsuits.
Modern day.
The Clintons. He has filed 18 lawsuits against the Clinton administration, alleging ethical misconduct and criminal activity. He represented many mistresses of Bill Clinton and then tried to represent them to sue Hillary for defamation.
Oh.
He represented... Oh, what was a good one? He filed lawsuits against Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, alleging Hillary sold access to U.S. government officials through donations. In the wake of the 2016 shooting of Dallas police officers, Clayman filed unsuccessful lawsuits against the Clintons, George Soros, Al Sharpton, and the founders of Black Lives Matter.
Oh, good.
Just gonna pause. Oh, also Obama. So we're just, and Eric Holder. So let's see. Yep. Jewish, black. Yeah, okay. He sued the founders of the Black Lives Matter movement by alleging that they had incited a race war that led to the shooting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's happening with Black Lives Matter.
On behalf of members of two people killed in the Benghazi attack, he tried to sue Hillary Clinton for defamation and wrongful death. He sued Barack Obama. Chief Justice Roy Moore, I think he defended him. He was the one that diddled little boys. So that's a good time. Tried to sue the Bidens. Unsuccessfully sued the Bidens, having alleged that they pressured YouTube to ban his channel.
Oh, man. That's what this is all about.
This is a really, really solid guy. So he is... he sued Roger Stone. That's fun. I thought
How'd that one go?
He sued in 2022. Oh, that's how this is how Patrick Reed found him. He sued the PGA Tour, claiming its suspension of players who participated in live golf tournaments violated antitrust laws.
Right. How did that one go? Has this guy won any of these lawsuits?
No. When I was looking him up, apparently he's really famous for losing.
So how does he have a job?
He's just a really good loser.
But okay, seriously, how can you be a lawyer and lose all the time and still be a lawyer? It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. Like, guys like Patrick Reed would want the best guys, not like the guys who keeps losing.
Yeah.
So, just super quick to wrap up my not quite deep dive, and then we can quickly talk about the Jays. I found a lawyer who specializes in defamation during 13 years of practice, explaining why this isn't going anywhere.
Yep.
The facts set out in the complaint do not rise to the defamation or defamation per se, and are clearly statements of opinion or fact, as the accusations of cheating, which are surprising. Buried among the allegations are obvious protected opinion. The complainant veers towards the Hero World Challenge. So basically, they're suing a journalist, but the journalist is covered by First Amendment rights. Like, there's no... First of all, there's no proof of any type of defamation. And even if there was, it's protected by the First Amendment because this guy's a journalist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The basic tenets of defamation law have not changed in years and years and years. And perhaps the most shocking thing from a legal standpoint is that the complainant refers to Skip Bayless School of Sports Analyst.
Oh boy.
This isn't merely shocking because Skip Bayless is mentioned. It's shocking because that paragraph is a precise reason why such a defamation claim cannot legally survive. Said School of Sports Analyst had thrived in part because such speech is protected by defamation law.
Yep.
If I were drafting a motion to dismiss the complaint, I would set out my legal defenses and then simply boldface paragraph 67 as my best evidence of statements by Chambly and the Golf Channel. And they are legally protected. So super fun. Gentlemen, let's take 10 minutes or 8 minutes now and let us talk about the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays.
It's been a real up and down.
Yeah.
Last bit, and I know we just keep talking about this, but every time I have hope, I keep getting a little bit depressed. Are we still a playoff team? Has anyone's opinion changed on that?
No.
No, I still think it takes an epic collapse at this point.
Yeah.
Which maybe they're in the midst of because it's not been going good, but I still think they're getting
Are we
it.
getting past the one game that we'll get into?
Depends on who we draw.
It's a 3-game series when you get to the wild card series.
Oh, isn't there a 1-game play-in?
No.
Oh,
it's 3 games.
It's all 3 games?
Okay. So are we getting past the first round 3-game wild card?
Again,
Is it
depends on who you draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything about who they...
Sorry, I didn't catch that. You cut out.
Is there anything, current MLB playoff picture, who they'd be playing now?
I don't know if it's updated with the Jays win today. Let me just check.
Sure. DraftKings. Yeah, I'm just trying to find it. American League.
Now.
Cleveland. I believe number 3, the number 3 team, the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the worst.
But it's so there's less than 2 games separating between them and Seattle, so they could end up playing against Tampa or Seattle,
right,
or even Minnesota or Baltimore, and the White Sox. Don't forget they're in that too. Shit.
I would prefer not Tampa, if I can be picky. So we've talked many times about the window of opportunity for the Blue Jays. Is it everybody in the now is good? Like is Baltimore actually good?
Boston's fallen off, so. But yeah, I mean, Baltimore's good.
Well, I know we've talked about the Blue Jays used to have to wait their window for the Yankees, and then it's like, okay, the Red Sox are back to being good again. Oh fuck, here comes Tampa. At least we'll always have Baltimore, and now it's like, well, damn it. Nothing in the East seems safe now.
It's bullshit, is what it is.
My next question for you guys about the Blue Jays was answered between me writing this and recording the podcast. Does this mean anything? And Ross Stripling came back. Dave's prediction was, depending on how well he does, I think we'll see Kikuchi in the bullpen, and Kikuchi is now in the bullpen.
Oh, is that true?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's sitting there today.
Oh.
So Ross Stripling had a no-hitter going to the 7th inning?
He had a perfect game going to this. Yeah.
And I heard before we started recording, Schneider came out and said, "Do you want to continue?" He said no, but then explained, and then was seen laughing in the dugout after and explained why. And he said, "Never in my career have I had a manager ask me that. So when I saw him coming out, I mentally was done."
Yeah.
And he said, the last time I thought I was done and then had to go back in, it didn't go well. So he's like, I know as soon as I kind of turn that switch off, it's like, oh, well, damn it. It can't fire back up again. How do we feel about Kikuchi in the bullpen?
He might be good in, short situations like that. I mean, you needed a replacement Stripling anyways, just in case, you need someone to go long if, say, Rios gets hammered in the first 2 innings.
So does that mean half Korean American Mitch White is going to be your 5th starter, or are they just going to roll with 4?
No, he's the 5th starter. I think he's starting on this next one. I think I heard on the broadcast today.
So when Mark came over, and then we played games at Gabe and Katie's, and played 1 game of Catan that lasted until 3:30 in the morning.
It was a Seafarers expansion. That's why it took forever.
We did play the Seafarers expansion.
Oh.
And people kept blocking me from getting longest rows. It would have been done an hour ago.
Bastard.
I got very mad at whoever. My game was very early. I got blocked instantly, and I was like, well, that's it for me. So then it just became annoying people into letting Mark win.
Yeah.
And then Gabe ended up winning, which is...
Yeah.
Real bummer. But I asked Mark, are you going to get a Mitch White jersey now? And Mark was like, why? He's not Asian. And so we looked it up. And I was like, well, he's half Korean. Are you going to get a jersey now? And Mark was like, I guess I have to. Like, you were just so resolved to like, he just didn't want to. But you're like, I guess I have to.
Do you have every Asian Blue Jays player jersey?
I try to.
Yeah.
But Rob Ruffsnyder wasn't available, and he's already gone from the team, so I could get that.
But you have a Ryu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was gonna get a Kikuchi, but
you're not gonna get a Kikuchi now.
Well, if he's gonna get traded, like
I was gonna say, can you bring yourself to buy a Kikuchi jersey?
I would at a discount.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
Probably discounted now, if you know what I mean.
Can't get rid of them.
I mean, is Julian Merriweather coming back in for this season? Like, are we? I feel like we keep trying to make him happen.
Well, him and Nate Pearson, they're like one in the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Trent Thornton. You want to stop seeing his stupid fat face.
But Pearson and Merriweather, they were the high end talent. They were the high end prospects that they were supposed to be really good.
But Pearson's gone, right? He got traded.
Did he get traded?
Didn't he? I thought so. I thought he was part of
that happening.
Pearson?
I just thought he was forever in rehab.
Oh, maybe he's still with the Jays. Who got traded, Dave?
Yeah, it says Blue Jays.
Someone went somewhere very, very recently with the Blue Jays, and I was like, thank God we gave up on that experiment.
Maybe it was a dream.
5 games in 20. Ugh. Yeah, he's just forever hurt.
Yeah.
That's too bad. So are we still optimistic then?
I mean, optimistic's a strong word. I think the expanded playoff format means that we're in an okay spot. If this was last year or 2 years ago or whatever, no way this team makes playoffs.
And on paper, they should be a playoff team.
Right.
How would you describe then, if optimistic is a strong word, your feeling as a Blue Jay fan, both of you?
I'm happy that they will be playing baseball in October.
Yes.
Okay.
Meaningful baseball.
So let's say we're not optimistic, but we're all happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. It is a birthday. I have to attend a virtual birthday evening. Any other sports news you guys wanted to talk about? Mark.
Wow. I mean, World Junior's still happening, but
it's August.
I'm not even following it at all.
Yeah. But we talked about this the last podcast. Like, are you not following it because of the incredibly credible sexual assault allegations, or because it's summer? And you were like, "Well, it's summer."
It's summer.
Did you just say Baba Booey into the mic? Or?
Yeah, no, he said, "I'm eating the chair," then took off.
Oh, that's cute.
It would be better if he said Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Well, friends, then Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere that you look up things, you can find Scotch Sporting. Maybe not everywhere. I don't think we're on that feet Wikipedia page, but I would not be above that to make the money.
Yeah, we can do it. I'll sell feet pics.
You already are selling out to the Chinese conglomerate, and you are responsible for their horrible censorship regulations.
Yep.
I hope you enjoy your $50. No, I will also do that. It's so okay. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.